Okay, so it is Sunday, February 1st, 2026. And if you've been in any board meetings lately or, even just scrolling through your feed this morning, you've probably noticed a shift.
A definite shift. The honeymoon phase, it's officially over.
It really is. The confetti's been swept up.
Yep, the party's over.
Exactly. For the last couple of years, we've treated AI like this shiny new magic trick. We threw money at it, we bought all the tools, integrated the chatbots. But now, here we are. It's 2026, the bill's due.
Mm-hmm.
And the question everyone's asking isn't, wow, look what this cool tech can do. It's, where's my money?
That is the big shift.
No.
We have absolutely entered the era of the ROI reckoning.
The ROI reckoning. I like that. It sounds a little bit ominous, to be honest.
Well, it feels ominous for a lot of people. I mean, if you're a CEO right now, you are looking at your P&L sheet and asking a very, very uncomfortable question.
Which is?
We spent a fortune on these AI tools because everyone told us we had to, so why aren't we seeing a fortune in returns?
And that is exactly where we're going to set up camp for this deep dive. We've pulled together a stack of reports that, honestly, it's a bit of a wake-up call. We're looking at the Deloitte 2025 analysis, the latest data from Snowflake, and the Spotlight 2025 findings from HubSpot.
And the picture they paint is, well, it's fascinating. It turns out the reason AI fails isn't because the robot isn't smart enough.
Well,
It's because the house the robot lives in is a complete mess.
So our mission today is pretty clear then. We are going to unpack why just buying AI tools as standalone fixes is a recipe for burning cash.
And why the secret code to unlocking that ROI is actually something much more boring but way more profitable.
Unified data.
It doesn't sound sexy, I know. But you have to stick with us because it really is the difference between going bankrupt and actually scaling your business.
All right, let's set the scene. It's 2026. AI is everywhere. It's not special anymore.
No, not at all. It's the baseline. I mean, if you aren't using AI in your business today, you might as well be sending faxes.
Right. It's not a competitive advantage anymore just to have it. It's standard operating procedure.
It is.
But that brings us right to the AI paradox. This comes straight from that Deloitte 2025 report we have. Walk us through what they found, because the numbers, they don't seem to add up.
It is a classic case of, expectation versus reality. Deloitte looked at the landscape and found that in 2025, something like 80% of organizations increased their AI budgets.
They doubled down.
They went all in.
Which, that makes sense. FOMO is a powerful driver.
Right.
You don't want to be the blockbuster to someone else's Netflix. You have to spend the money.
Precisely. But here's the kicker. Despite that massive spend, very, very few of those companies could point to a clear, measurable return on investment.
So they couldn't actually say, we spent X on AI and it made us Y in profit.
Nope. They couldn't connect the dots.
Wow. That's terrifying. It's like you're pouring gasoline into the car, the engine is revving,
But the car isn't moving.
but the speedometer is stuck at 0. And that's where the skepticism starts to kick in.
That's it. People start asking, okay, is this all just hype? Is it vaporware?
I've asked that myself. Maybe the robots just aren't as smart as we were told they'd be.
But that's the thing. The tech is brilliant. The AI isn't the problem. The problem, according to Deloitte, is something they call data silos.
We hear that buzzword all the time. Silos. It just makes me think of farming. But in business, it just means what? Departments that don't talk to each other?
It's worse than not talking. It's not sharing a reality. Let's break it down. Imagine you're a customer. Let's call you John.
Okay, I'm John.
You see an ad online, you click it, that interaction, that's one data point, and it lives in the marketing department's world.
Got it.
Then you call the sales team because you've got a question. That conversation now lives in the sales CRM, different place.
Okay.
Then 2 weeks later, you have a billing issue, so you open a service ticket. That lives in a totally separate customer service software.
So 3 different interactions, 3 different parts of my journey as a customer.
And in most companies, those are 3 totally separate databases. They are walled gardens. Marketing has no idea you called sales. Sales has no clue you're currently arguing with service over a bill.
And this is the tool trap, right? Because companies try to fix this by just throwing more AI at each department individually.
Exactly. And this is why the ROI is missing. They bought one AI tool to write better marketing copy, a separate AI tool to help the sales team, and a third AI tool to automate service tickets.
So you have 3 really smart AIs that are all completely blind to what the others are doing.
Precisely. You haven't fixed the problem. You've just created faster chaos.
Faster chaos.
I like that.
Think about it. The sales AI sees you browsing the pricing page, so it triggers a, hey, buy this now.
Yeah.
email, but it has no idea that 5 minutes ago you were yelling at a chatbot because your product showed up broken.
Oof. That's not just inefficient, that's actively damaging your brand. If I get a sales pitch while I'm waiting for a refund, I'm gone. It is completely tone deaf, and that's why the ROI isn't there. You're not getting a multiplier effect from the tech. You're just automating your own dysfunction.
Automating your own dysfunction. That is a painful phrase, but it really hits the nail on the head. So Deloitte points to these fragmented data structures as the #1 killer of AI returns.
Correct. It's like trying to build a skyscraper on a swamp.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to fix the foundation first.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the illness, unconnected data. Let's talk about the cure. This is where those HubSpot reports start to get really interesting. They made a pretty big pivot in how they talk about themselves.
They did, a huge one. In late 2025, HubSpot basically stopped calling themselves just a CRM.
A customer relationship management tool.
Right. They pivoted, and they pivoted hard to being an AI-powered customer platform.
Now, I have to play devil's advocate here. Is that just marketing jargon? Is it just a new label, or is there a real functional difference?
Oh, there is a massive architectural difference. The keyword there is platform. A platform is built on the idea of a single customer view.
Meaning what, exactly?
Meaning marketing, sales, and service are not just in the same building. They are reading from the exact same book. The data foundation is completely unified.
So when the AI looks at customer John, it doesn't just see a sales record.
No. It sees the ad he clicked, the email he opened, the transcript of his sales call, and his entire service ticket history. All of it.
It sees the whole movie, not just one scene.
Exactly. And that changes everything for an AI because context is intelligence. Without context, AI is just a fancy guesser. With context, it becomes a strategist.
And we have hard data on this. This isn't just a theory. The Snowflake 2025 report had a statistic that, it made me stop and read it twice.
I know the one you're thinking of. It's the 92% stat.
92%.
Snowflake found that 92% of organizations see positive ROI from their AI, but specifically when their data is unified on a single platform.
In the world of business stats, 92% is basically a law of physics. That is definitive.
It proves the variable for success isn't, which AI model did you buy? It's how clean and connected is your data.
So the thesis is solid. Unified data leads to smart AI, which leads to profit. But I want to get granular. Let's make this real for people. We've got 3 use cases: sales, marketing, and service.
Let's start with sales. If you want to get a CFO's attention, you start with revenue.
The biggest complaint I hear from sales leaders is always time management. My reps are busy, but they're not closing deals.
It's the tire kicker problem. Salespeople spend a huge part of their week chasing leads that are they're never going to buy.
Right. And meanwhile, the person who's actually ready to sign the check is sitting in an inbox getting ignored.
Right. And as humans, we are bad at prioritizing this stuff. We prioritize based on our gut feeling.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Exactly. And that good feeling is often wrong. This is where a unified platform changes the game with something called predictive lead scoring.
Now, lead scoring's been around.
Yeah.
We used to do it manually, right?
Yeah.
5 points for a click, 10 for a download.
That was the old way, yeah. Manual. We set the rules based on what we thought was important. AI lead scoring is different. It's not following our rules. It's analyzing behavior patterns we can't even see.
How does it know better than a person?
Because the data is unified. The AI looks at thousands of data points across the entire history of your company. It looks at every deal you've ever closed and every deal you've ever lost. And it sees patterns. It might notice, hey, prospects who visit the pricing page twice and then read this one specific blog post, they close 85% of the time.
A human would never catch that. It's too subtle.
Never. But the AI sees it instantly. So when a new lead comes in and matches that pattern, it doesn't just get points, it gets a probability. This lead has a 90% chance to close.
So the sales rep logs in on Tuesday morning, and the AI basically tells them, forget the 50 people on your list, call these 3 right now.
And that's where the efficiency just explodes. You stop wasting time on the maybes and the no's, and you focus entirely on the yeses.
And the bottom line impact.
The HubSpot 2025 data showed that organizations using this kind of AI lead scoring saw a 20 to 30% increase in their closing rates.
A 30% jump in closing rates.
Yeah.
If you told a sales VP you could get them 30% more revenue without hiring a single new person, they'd build a statue of you.
It's pure leverage.
Okay, let's switch to marketing. If sales is about sniper shots, marketing often feels more like spray and pray.
It's the volume trap. Modern marketing is. It's a grind. Sending emails, writing posts, tweaking ads, segmenting lists. It's a treadmill.
And the people doing it are usually drowning.
They are. And when you're drowning, you stop being creative. You just churn out generic stuff to fill the calendar.
So how does the unified platform fix that drudgery?
Two big ways: creation and hypersegmentation. First, creation. You have an AI content assistant, but because it's on the platform, it's not just a generic chatbot.
Right.
It has access to your brand voice, your past successful campaigns, your product data. It helps you draft content that actually sounds like you.
But the bigger deal is the segmentation, isn't it? That feels like the holy grail everyone talks about, but no one actually does well.
It is hypersegmentation. In the old siloed world, you'd send an email to 10,000 people. Maybe you'd separate them by East Coast and West Coast.
Oh, very blunt.
Very blunt. With unified data, the AI can slice that audience into these tiny microsegments based on their real-time behavior.
Okay, like what?
It can say, create a segment of people who visited the enterprise software page yesterday, spent more than 2 minutes on the case study, but didn't book a demo.
That is a very specific group of people with a very specific intent.
And then the AI says, and now send this specific email to just those 12 people.
Doing that manually would take someone half a day.
And by the time they did it, the moment's gone. The AI does it instantly. It's the difference between a megaphone and a guided missile.
And does it work? Do people actually click?
The stats say yes. Marketing automation on this kind of platform can increase email click-through rates by up to 70%.
70%? That's huge.
It makes sense, though. We all ignore generic spam. We don't ignore messages that are relevant to what we were just thinking about. It helps lower your customer acquisition cost.
You stop wasting money shouting at people who don't care.
Exactly.
Okay, third pillar. The one that usually gets the short end of the stick. Customer service.
The classic cost center.
Right. Do more with less. Why are call times so long? It's a high-pressure job.
And the pain point is always volume. Service teams are just buried under repetitive questions. Where's my order? How do I reset my password?
The stuff that makes a human agent want to pull their hair out.
It burns them out. And while they're answering password reset for the 50th time, the customer with a really complex issue, the one who's about to cancel their contract, is on hold for 45 minutes.
So we bring in the chatbots. But we've all had terrible experiences with bad bots.
Oh, yeah. I didn't understand that loop. But bad bots happen when the AI is disconnected from the data. A dumb bot is just a script. An intelligent bot on a unified platform is connected to your knowledge base and the customer's history.
Give me an example of the difference.
A dumb bot asks, what is your order number? Even though you're already logged in. A smart bot says, hi, Sarah, I see your order number 1234 was delayed. Do you want an update on that?
It anticipates the need because it has the data.
And it can resolve it. It pulls the answer from your internal data and fixes the problem without a human ever getting involved.
Which frees up the human agents to handle the really complex emotional stuff.
Exactly. They get to be problem solvers, not just script readers.
And the Snowflake report had a number on the cost savings here.
It did. Organizations using AI on centralized data can reduce their customer service costs by 15 to 25%.
That's a quarter of your service budget. Saved. That goes straight to the bottom line.
And your customer satisfaction scores go up because no one likes waiting on hold. It's a true win-win.
So when we zoom out, 2026, if you unify your data, you're looking at productivity increases of 20 to 40%. Higher close rates, better marketing engagement, lower service costs.
It's a difference between treading water and actually scaling the business.
But here's the reality check. We're making it sound easy. Just unify your data. For a lot of people listening, this sounds daunting.
It is daunting. And frankly, most internal IT teams aren't really equipped to handle a full platform architectural shift while also just, keeping the lights on.
It's like trying to change the tires on a car while it's driving down the highway.
Exactly. And the reports highlight that this is where most companies fail. They try to go it alone. You need architects.
This is where partners, like an Our Greenfish, come into the picture.
Right. And it's important to understand their role. They aren't just IT support. They're not the people you call when the printer breaks.
So what are they?
They're platform architects. Their job isn't to just install HubSpot and say, good luck. Their job is to design the entire ecosystem to fit your specific business.
Because a real estate company needs a totally different data flow than a software company.
Exactly. A partner like that connects the data, the process, and the KPIs. They build those pipelines we've been talking about. They force marketing, sales, and service to sit at the same table digitally.
And crucially, They build the framework to actually measure the ROI.
That is the key. You can't manage what you can't measure. They set it up so you can look at a dashboard and say, okay, this AI automation saved us 40 hours this week. They turn the abstract AI magic into concrete profit.
So they are the bridge between the promise of the tech and the reality of your bank account.
They're the ones who make sure your data isn't siloed. Period.
Who is this for? Who's listening right now that needs to be making this call?
Well, if your business has multiple sales or communication channels, you need this. If you're seeing that drift between marketing and sales where they're just blaming each other for missed targets, you absolutely need this.
And I'd add, if you want to scale your revenue without having to hire an army of new people.
That's the big one.
Mhm.
If you want to double your revenue but you can't afford to double your headcount, AI on a unified platform is really the only lever you have left.
So, bringing it all back home, it's February 2026. You're looking at your strategy for the year. What's the one thing you need to take away from this deep dive?
The main lesson is this. AI doesn't fail because the technology is bad. It fails because the data structure is broken. We have to stop treating AI like this magic wand and start treating it as part of a whole ecosystem.
The ROI is there. The reports prove it. That 92% number, it's real if you do the hard work on the data side first.
You have to stop looking for the easy button and start building the foundation.
I think that's the perfect place to land. It's not about the shiny object. It's about the boring plumbing underneath that makes the shiny object actually work.
Always.
I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over. We've talked a lot about systems, but I want to use a different analogy. Think about your AI tools as an engine, a
Yeah.
really powerful, expensive Ferrari engine.
Okay, I'm with you.
It's incredible, fast, top of the line. But your data is the fuel.
Great.
You can go out and buy the best engine in the world, have the best AI. But if your fuel lines, your data pipelines, are all disconnected, if the fuel is dirty or it just can't get to the engine.
You aren't going anywhere. You're just sitting in a very expensive car making vroom vroom noises.
Exactly. So ask yourself this. Are you investing all your money in the engine while completely ignoring the fuel? Because in 2026, the winners aren't the ones with the best AI. They're the ones with the best data.
Couldn't have said it better.
Thanks for diving in with us. Check your data, talk to your teams, and we will see you on the next deep dive.
Take care, everyone.